Former running back LeSean McCoy ends up coming out in his podcast talking all sorts of mess about our quarterback, Kyler Murray. Let's dive right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Roll that intro. What's going on, Arizona sports fan family? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys haven't yet already, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. We are on the road to 10K, and I can't do it without you guys. Also, follow me on all my social platforms. Everything should be in the description of this video. And everybody, before we jump into the LeSean McCoy situation, let's look into the injury report for the Arizona Cardinals heading into week 4. Now, for the most part, there's some definitely notable things to talk about. AJ Green did not practice, and it seemed he has like a bone bruise, and Cliff Kingsbury said that he most likely will be missing week 4 against the Panthers. Definitely sucks, but I know there's a lot of people out there that don't want AJ Green on this team anymore, so we'll have to kind of wait to see how he all shakes out there. Rashad Lawrence didn't practice as well. JJ Watt didn't practice. It looks like he's trending in the right direction, but we'll have to wait and see. Ezekiel Turner didn't practice, but we don't really see him very much. Rodney Hudson was limited. Justin Pugh was limited. Zaven Collins was limited. James Conner limited. Greg Dortch, as well as Rondo Moore and Matt Prater. Now, Rondo Moore looks like he's trending in the right direction to play against the Panthers. Now, this is probably the best time for him to come back, honestly, because if you really look at it, man, our wide receivers are down, right? Obviously, AJ Green and DeAndre Hopkins. Now we're left with Hollywood Brown, Greg Dortch, which I'm absolutely a fan of, but we just kind of need more wide receivers. And this would be actually a really cool opportunity for Rondo Moore to kind of come in and hopefully play that AJ, the AJ Green role, or depending on how they're going to, shake this out. I'm very curious to figure out how it's all going to shake out. So Rondo Moore most likely will be playing, but as of right now, it's TBD. Now, in terms of, the Panthers, I think the big notable one is going to be CMC, Christian McCaffrey. It looks like he's not going to play, but, we've seen some crazier things happen when Sunday comes around, so we'll have to wait and see. Now, I do remember Christian McCaffrey didn't play against us last year, and they still beat us, so it doesn't really matter if he comes out there or if he's not. It's still going to be a very tough matchup because the Arizona Cardinals don't do very well against the Panthers at all, so we'll have to kind of wait to see how it all shakes out, but that's the extent of injuries for the Arizona Cardinals. Now let's move on to the big topic here, right? It's going to be the LeSean McCoy situation with Kyler Murray. Now, I was scrolling through the internet, and I ended up seeing this article here from CBS Sports, and the title reads, LeSean McCoy slams Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray's play style. He's trash. Plays like a high school player. So, of course, I needed to go ahead and read a little bit into it and figure out what exactly is going on or what's wrong with LeSean McCoy, right? Why is he talking this much stuff about Kyler Murray? Apparently, LeSean McCoy ended up, speaking on the I Am Athlete podcast, and he ended up, talking some not so nice things about Kyler Murray. He ended up saying things like, basically that he's trash, overhyped, overrated, and he plays like a high school player. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, I really did like LeSean McCoy when he ended up, playing in the NFL. And of course, now that he's out, he probably has a lot more opinions about the NFL more than anything. And of course, Kyler Murray does get a lot of flack. He does. Now, I don't think that it should be basically focused on Kyler Murray, and I think it's a lot easier to do so because he's the, the face of the franchise at this moment, right? He's the guy that has the ball in his hands for the most part the entirety of the game as long as the offense is on the field. So it's a lot easier to blame Kyler Murray more than anything, but I think this is a bigger issue. I think we got a bigger issue in hand, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I think we got to blame the front office. We got to blame the coaching staff, the leaders. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say Kyler Murray is the best at everything he does. No, there's some things that still kind of make me tear my hair out, make me, scratch my head to really figure out like what Kyler Murray's doing sometimes, especially on those 3rd and 1s or 3rd and 2s, but you would really think that these coaching staff or the leadership in this Arizona Cardinal organization would bring him to the side and say, hey, why are we doing the same mistakes that we've been doing since the rookie year, right? We should just be playing for the first down and really trying to get this offense gelling, really trying to get to a level of making sure our offense on the field and building that chemistry. And we're still kind of seeing those mistakes. So I do agree to an extent with the whole situation of, yes, Kyler Murray's not perfect, right? And I think we all know that. But if I were to roll with this franchise and to have to pick one of the three, Kyler Murray, Steve Keim, or Cliff Kingsbury, you bet your bottom dollar that it's going to be Kyler Murray, in my opinion. Now, he continues to talk about Kyler Murray. Somebody mentioned something along the lines of, bringing up Patrick Mahomes, because if you didn't know, LeSean McCoy ended up playing with Patrick Mahomes, I believe it was in 2019. So he had a little bit of experience with playing with Patrick. And so they brought up his name. And, of course, LeSean McCoy ended up responding back saying, he ain't Mahomes. So, I mean, I do agree with that, right? He definitely is not. He has a different play style more than anything. But it's definitely concerning, right? It sucks that Kyler Murray seems to be now the punching bag for the Arizona Cardinals. So whenever we do everything bad, it almost kind of seems like, hey, this is on Kyler. It's on Kyler. There's no repercussions to the coaching staff. What I really do believe that should be where all the anger should be going to. I understand the people that aren't happy with Kyler, right? I understand the people that didn't believe that Kyler Murray should have gotten paid this early. I understand where that's coming from. But I think in the grand scheme of things, we need to look at the entirety of the organization, not just the quarterback. There's something big happening in the background that nobody wants to talk about, in my personal opinion. And we'll have to kind of wait to see how this all shakes out. Now, this game coming up in Week 4 is a must-win for the Arizona Cardinals. It is. It absolutely is. And if we start off 1-3, there should be a lot of people questioning the organization of the Arizona Cardinals and the decisions that they've made in this offseason with extending Cliff, extending Keim, were the wrong things to do. Now, some people might say, well, the same thing about Kyler Murray, right? We shouldn't have extended him. Now, I see where you're coming from, but it's very hard to find a quarterback. And I've seen glimpses of hope, glimpses of greatness from Kyler Murray, and I still choose to ride with Kyler Murray as long as he is under contract. So let me know what you guys feel about this whole situation with LeSean McCoy. Do you agree with him? Do you not agree with him? Put everything in the comments below, everybody. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cards.